Hello, friends.
Hello!
How was everybody's week?
Hope it was wonderful.
Oh,
And welcome to the shit show.
yes.
I feel like my whole week goes by and I'm just waiting for this.
I know.
I really am. Like, it's my, like everybody's, like, waiting to, like, cheers to the freaking weekend. And I am, too, but this is, like, the highlight of
This
my
is
week.
the highlight of the week.
And to
right
some
here.
that may be sad, but for me, it's not. It's very exciting.
I do. I look forward to it every week. To our friends and our
Yes.
viewers and our fans. Hello, fans.
We love you.
Hello, friends.
We appreciate you.
How is everybody this week?
Hopefully, you
Andrea,
love
how are you, my love?
Hi,
How
honey.
are you this week, my friend?
I feel like Andrea has to be like top of the list, most loyal, like watcher.
Her and Chris.
Her and Chris, yeah,
both
you
are
guys,
up
you
there.
guys tie for first place, I think,
Absolutely.
and we appreciate it
Absolutely.
so much.
We appreciate
So-
every single one of you.
Steph and I have talked a lot about expanding our show a little bit, and we have some awesome ideas, which we will share with you when they come, when everything comes to fruition.
When the time comes, y'all will know.
Oh yes, and we're gonna want your feedback and your input and all that awesome stuff. So
Yes.
be prepared.
We want more interaction from you guys.
Yes.
We want more input. We want more information. We want to hear more from you. And we are
Yes.
going to make this so that way it works. So that way we hear more from you.
Yeah, more than just your comments. We want to
Yes.
hear your stories. We
wanna
want to hear
stories.
your funny anecdotes and all that awesome shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be good times. And you know what? Again, this is a little premature, but come summer months, we will not go away, but we may switch our time up
Yes.
in the summer just to accommodate, because most people on Friday nights in the summer are going to be doing shit.
Right.
So
Because everybody does stuff on the weekends during
yeah.
the summer, and we still want you guys to be able to see the shit show. So
Right.
we're probably going to change the day at some point. But again, when that time comes, we will let you guys know.
yes. I think that's all for our updates.
Yeah, updates. Do you guys love our new shirts?
Yes. And as we always say, don't
Be a twatopotamus. It's not a cool look,
No, it's not
Not
a cute
at
look
all.
at all. Mm-mm.
but you know, it is what it is.
Nobody likes a twatopotamus.
Nobody likes a twatopotamus.
No.
So, let's start our night off with, let's find a fun fact. Do we have fun
I
facts for
think
this?
there's only like one fact in
Oh,
there.
we have a fact.
There might be one or two.
Oh, we got a fact. Let's start the night off with a fact.
Okay, fun fact.
Okay. Fun fact. Lack of sex can cause higher anxiety, hard time falling asleep, irritability, amongst other things.
So yeah, so it's actually like
So that's my
biological.
problem?
I think that's my problem
What
too.
the
I haven't been
fuck?
sleeping for shit, and I usually like knock.
You're telling me that this could have been the answer to our problems?
Yeah, apparently, like sex
What?
at the end of the day, like a good, you know,
Sign me the fuck up.
amen. I mean, but I have to wonder now, and it's one of those things. Like I feel like until we read that, it was kind of like, oh my god, like dawning moment.
Yeah, like light bulb, bing,
Yeah.
hello.
Hello. That's all it took for me not to be a crappy bitch. Oh,
Who would have thought?
who would have thought? I mean, it may not completely solve that problem, but you know,
No, listen, I do have to say, like, if I'm getting that shit on the regular,
and then it stops.
Well, no, like, if I'm getting it on the regular and, like, say, the man of the moment, here or there,
Man of the hour.
the man of the hour, happens to do something that I may not be okay with, like, just something stupid that maybe I normally would have been, like, cause an argument or, like, start a little fluster of something, I might just be like, let it go, let it go.
Because that dick is bone.
Choose your battles, my friends. Choose your battles.
There's actually
Choose
a
wisely.
funny video going around with a girl's yelling at her boyfriend, and she's screaming like, "You ain't gonna do nothing," and he goes, "No more dick," and she goes, "Oh,
Oh,
and I feel like that's like a real life
oh my god,
situation.
listen, if I was ever in an argument with somebody
And then you just went,
that
"No
shit
more
to
dick."
me.
you'd be like, "Wait, what? I didn't know that was on the table."
I didn't know that was a thing. Wait, can we start
Rewind.
Rewind. Let's try again. No, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sorry. All right. So
You want to move your phone over here?
we're gonna
I can see.
listen to our loyal viewers, a few episodes ago, I wonder if, you guys recall this. But I hope you remember and you guys get this as well. But Shannon, I have a lovely gift for you, my lovely friend. And Shannon had no idea that
I've been asking her what's in this bag.
What's in
and
this
she would
bag?
not tell
Quiet,
me.
mind your business. What's in this bag? I'm going to show you what's in this bag.
I have an idea.
Oh, let's see what's in this bag. What's in this bag? The surprise bag
Oh,
that I customly made for you.
Oh, Steffi.
Friends, Shannon has been named the official bean flicker for all of you that remember and maybe recall a few episodes ago, where we were sharing a true fun fact about how masturbating can help
Getting
you
emotional.
live longer. And my dear friend Shannon
That I'm
said
immortal.
she was going to be immortal.
Yeah.
So, my sister had fantastically dubbed her
Thank you, Devin,
the
for
bean
dubbing me
flicker.
the bean flicker.
So I had to just find a fucking shirt that said bean flicker.
I
on it.
fucking
and
love
lo and
you.
behold, friends.
I love you.
This
This is like the sweetest thing anyone's ever done for me.
Do you love it?
I fucking love
Will
it.
you wear it proud?
Fuck yes.
Absolutely.
Maybe not to like family dinner.
Well, no, not to family
But
dinner, but
Then
like,
again, my parents would probably
Wait,
be like, "What is that?"
would you wear that out on a first date?
Oh.
Oh. Get the truth out there right in the jump in the beginning? No?
I don't know. I don't know. That might be a tough one.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh
Everybody
my God.
loves it. Everybody loves your shirt.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
bean flicker.
absolutely loving it. It's fucking
yeah.
amazing.
Andrea says, "Oh my god, I'm dead. Wear it in public." Yes.
Oh, I'll wear it in public. I'll have no issue wearing it in public.
Yes.
Would I wear it on a first date? Probably not. Maybe the
Listen.
second or third, but not the first.
That after that episode, I literally was in bed until 2:30 in the morning.
Did you do sleepy shopping?
Scrolling the internet looking for
fucking-
something that I could give you for being the bean
The bean
flicker.
flicker. I mean, I would have taken a trophy too, but
But what better than a fucking
that is
shirt?
we're gonna just put this right there,
Wait, next to Dick.
right next to Dick. Richard.
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 I'm sorry.
We'll just- Richard.
There we go.
Oh, he is a bean flicker.
Well, you see that, friends? You see
Look at
that? Look at that.
I love it.
All right.
I'm so touched.
I'm so
You're
glad
so
you like
sweet.
it.
I love you.
Oh, I'm so excited. Listen, I could not wait to give you that. And
I'm
like,
surprised
oh my
that
God.
you didn't give it away.
Listen, it was the hardest thing I think I ever had to do.
When you ever walked in this room with that bag and I go, "What is the bag?" and you're like, "No, don't worry about it." And I'm going, "Oh, okay."
See, I was gonna put it in like a nice little bag and
Like a
shit,
gift bag
like a
or
gift
whatever?
bag. But
No, I'm
then
kind
that was
of-
gonna
I'm
draw
kind of
too
okay
much
with it.
attention. So you really wouldn't have left me alone. If
No, I would have been
done
like, "Bitch, tell me."
No, I had to keep it a secret, and it was the hardest secret. When that ever came in the mail, and I showed my mother, she died. It took everything in me to keep this a secret for like a week, and it was killing me.
Oh, I love it.
So I'm so glad that I could. Yeah.
So, favorite gift of the year so far. So, yeah, I think that will rival most of my Christmas gifts too. So,
I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
I'm happy with
I will
that.
take it.
I'm happy.
All right, so switching gears a little bit.
Switching gears, what do we got?
Okay, I feel like everyone has one. So, which alcohol made you say, like, never again?
Patron.
Patron.
Oh,
Specifically Patron or tequila?
Patron.
Specifically Patron.
Listen, if you pop that cork and my nose gets that little
Aroma?
aroma whiff, oh, I'm throwing up.
Really?
I'm gagging. I'm gonna get sick. My
Okay, so
mouth's
there's-
gonna start watering.
So everyone
I
has
can't-
that because there's that one night that
Can't
just
do
was
it.
like. So
Oh,
what was
I
the one
remember
night?
it. Oh my god, I remember it like it was yesterday.
So, I mean, how much are we talking
Listen,
that you were like?
I was newly fresh in a new apartment,
Mm.
hanging out, weekday night. I don't know what I was thinking. 3 other friends were at the house, so there's 4 of us total. 2 men, 2 females, all good friends. And we downed 3 bottles of Patron. The 4 of us.
Ooh, like just straight,
Yeah.
like shot for shot.
Shots. Shot.
Shot.
Listen, I was loving life that night. Oh, I was
I feel like you
partying.
weren't There was like that switch that went, I love it. I fucking
Girl,
hate
when
this.
I ever woke up at 3:30 in the morning and I was puking clear water, I said, "Oh, Jesus, take the wheel."
That's those moments where you stop pleading. You're like over the toilet.
I
pleading,
did.
You're like,
I
I will never drink again.
I swear to God, I did. I
I
prayed
believe it.
those words and I said, "Please, Lord Jesus, don't
Make this
ever-
go away.
Don't let me do this no more. Please take the pain. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this
Sorry.
again." And I swear to God, I've never gotten that drunk again ever. I kept my
Really?
promise. I kept my
Well,
promise.
you're not a big drinker anymore.
I'm not a big drinker at all, and you know
Unlike
what?
myself.
I couldn't do it.
So mine is Hennessy.
I'm not a Hennessy drinker.
Well, so when I was like 18, 19 years old, I thought I was like this badass, and I would like sit there with the bottle of Hennessy and just drink it straight. And you know, I was like, oh, this is nothing, and I would do it regularly. And then there was
No.
one night, I was actually at Dina's house, and for those that know me and have drank with me to the point of where I am just like done, my favorite place when I am like sick and drunk is in the shower. I just want to sit in the shower and like I'll sit there and just be like passed out.
Good to know.
Yeah, that's my place. So
Okay.
if I'm ever in the shower, just in there for a really long time, chances are I'm really fucked up.
Okay.
So-
I'm just gonna leave you there.
Yeah, just leave me there.
Okay.
Just leave me be.
You guys hear that, right? If
Yeah.
anything happens, I'm just supposed to leave her there.
Yes, just leave me there. I won't drown. I promise. I sit up. I don't like lay down. I
She
just
said
sit up.
I sit up.
So the water's just, But yeah, and I found out today, I actually was talking to a friend and found out that I am not the only one that does this, because she does it as well. So, but yeah, no, it was bad. And I actually remember, like, people poking their head in, like, you all right? And I'm like, ah! But never again. Like, the smell of Hennessy now, like, turns my stomach.
Isn't
it's
it
just
awful?
like, no, I can't. And I drink whiskey. I like whiskey. But the smell of Hennessy
I still
makes
like
me just go,
To drink
"Bleh."
tequila, I
can't.
just can't
Not
drink
Patron.
Patron. And the worst thing was I was still bartending at the time. So whenever
Somebody
anybody
ordered
ordered
Patron.
I'd be like, really? No, you don't want Don Julio? You don't want 1800? No?
Davina says Grey Goose and Red Bull.
Grey Goose
Ooh,
and Red
vodka
Bull.
and Red Bull. I do love some vodka and Red Bull. But I'm a
I don't
Tito's
like
girl.
the Red Bull. I don't
I can only do so
Red Bull.
much.
I can't drink it. Listen, when I bartended at Vincent's nightclub and I was working till 3:30 in the morning, yes, homegirl was drinking a Red Bull and I was fucking making that money. But that was the only time you ever caught me
She was
drinking
fist
a Red
pumping
Bull.
behind the bar. Like, yeah,
I was too.
I bet.
I really was.
Casamigos. Oh,
What's that?
it's tequila.
Oh, haven't had that.
Yeah. Casamigos is actually pretty good.
I'll have to try it.
Yeah. It's not Patron. Doesn't have the cork. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
It's not the cork, it's the smell. It just has that distinct
It does
smell
have a
to
distinct
it.
smell to it.
Like, I really can't even describe that Patron pungent.
I mean, we have a
strong.
couple friends that, like, that's their go-to, and they just drink it straight. And
It is them.
It is them and why. Yes,
I
okay.
don't like
It is
it
those people
anymore.
and why. It makes sense.
Too many late nights and too many shots. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Moving along. Can lack of attention make you fall out of love? That's a hard one.
Oh.
I don't know if I would necessarily maybe out of love, but
Okay,
maybe,
so I-
maybe with my attention going towards you, maybe I might think it's not
That you don't feel the
going
same
as
way.
well.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's like, there's a lot of factors too. I mean, like, but I feel like, obviously, if you're in love with somebody, you're in love with them, you can't necessarily change that. Does that change your perception of them if they're not paying attention to you? Like, if you're used to a certain amount of attention, and then all of a sudden that just goes away.
That's a good point. I'm glad you just mentioned that, because I think if you're used to a certain consistency with this person, and all of a sudden it switches up and it's
You instantly kind of go to
stale,
that, like, wait, something's wrong.
Your brain is going to automatically go, okay, maybe he started seeing somebody else, talking to somebody else. Maybe he's not as interested as I thought he was.
Mhm.
Maybe this is not where I thought it was going, moving along. And a lot of times things get passed over because of the communication on why that's happening. But I mean,
So,
I'm not an attention whore, but I do need attention.
Will says, yes, attention breeds affection. And I agree with that.
Absolutely.
100%. I agree that,
I
like,
do agree
attention
with that.
does breed affection. Like, there's no... Like, you're not gonna, like, somebody... You might yearn for somebody's attention, but if you're not getting it, that connection's not there.
True.
No matter how hard you try.
True.
Davina says... In love is different than loving someone. Absolutely. If they stop showing attention, you could not be in love anymore. You could still love them, but not be in love anymore.
Okay, so let's flip the script on you guys real quick. At a rocky point in one of my relationships, I had a conversation with one of my family members, an older, wiser family member, and they said to me, maybe you guys are not speaking each other's love language.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, what? Love language?
It's absolutely a thing.
I never thought of it like that until it was said in those words. Love language.
Well, yeah, because what you
Everybody's
need is not necessarily what somebody else
language
needs.
is different. Everybody loves differently and wants to be loved
Agreed.
in a specific way, and not everybody is always on the same page. You may want to always have that kiss right before you leave the house, or the other person leaves the house, and I may be that person that don't feel like it's a big deal that, you know, I'm just running down the street to get milk. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
That's a problem sometimes. Something as small as that is a huge problem in somebody's relationship.
Oh, absolutely. Especially, like I said, that's just it. Especially if your differences are that vast of what you need versus what they need, and, you know, so on and so forth. So, also, who was it? Melanie says it can make you go looking elsewhere for attention. And I think that's it. So, there's the whole thing.
True.
You've heard the 80-20 rule.
Depends on which 80-20.
Okay, so the 80-20 rule, as I know it, is that in every relationship, you generally only get max 80% of what you need. No relationship is perfect, right?
True.
So you get about 80% in a good relationship. But what happens is that 20% that you're missing, you see in somebody else, and you're like, oh, that looks really good because I don't get that. But then you jump ship and you jump to the other side, and they only are giving you the 20% you weren't getting, and now you're missing out on the 80% you had. Whereas, like, the grass isn't always green on the other side.
Right. Yeah, okay. No, that makes sense. That makes total sense.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's why I think a lot of people stay in relationships once they get comfortable, too, because they think of that and go, okay, well, this person gives me X, Y, and Z, A, B, and C.
But they're not giving me
But
1,
they're
2,
not
and 3.
giving me 1, 2, and 3. But if I go look elsewhere, maybe this person's going to give me 1, 2, and 3.
But they're not going to give me all this other stuff.
So then sometimes people are aware of that, and
Yeah.
then they end up staying in these shitty-ass, dull, plateaued relationships because they feel that there's nothing
But I feel like,
else
to an
better
extent,
out there
this
when
is...
There is.
But and sometimes it is, but sometimes it's just a matter of communication. I mean, in reality, at the end of the day, like, communication's everything.
Absolutely.
You can't communicate with your partner or your significant other or whatever to say, like, listen, this is what I'm lacking, this is what I need, you know, let's talk about this. Like, how do we like, kind of, like, find the medium ground?
Yeah.
But, and not everybody's perceptive to that. Some people are just like, okay, whatever, you don't, you know, you're being needy or you're this or that. Chris loves attention.
Chris says he loves attention.
We know.
Davina wants to know what my love language is. I don't know, honestly, what my love language is.
You can put, like, an actual, like, bullet
because
list
I'm
together.
not really the same with every single person. I think everybody has their way of communicating with everybody else. It just depends on that person and how you guys connect. You could connect differently with me,
right,
than you connect with Richard.
Richard and I connect in a very different way.
You and Richard connect in a very different way than me and you are ever going to connect.
Right.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that you love me any less than you love Richard.
True story.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I get that.
So, am I an affectionate person? Yes. To a point.
To a point?
I will not push off the affection towards me, but I won't necessarily always be the one bringing the affection towards your direction because I'm so used to being in a space where that wasn't something that was a thing. So I kind of fell out of really who I was with that portion, and I'm slowly learning how to do that again, but you have to be with somebody to learn how to do that all over again.
Chris said if you would let your guard down, you would know your love language.
Christopher!
We're not going back to this again.
We're not going back to that. The guard and the walls are up for a reason. People end up putting up walls and guards for a reason.
And I think there's nothing necessarily wrong with having your guard up.
Nothing wrong with being cautious.
No, there's nothing wrong with being cautious as long as you're not, like, just saying, like, automatic no's to everything. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with having your guard up. As long as you're somebody that, like, as you get comfortable with somebody, is willing to let your guard down. If you're this person that's like, I don't care how close we are, I'm always going to have the guard up, that's a problem.
Of course, I agree. I mean, the wall does need to gradually be broken down, and
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that until I find that person that I feel comfortable enough to let them in. What is with me? I can't. I just happen to see myself out of the corner of my
You're
eye.
doing a lot of this.
Wow. I mean, I don't know. When the person comes, the wall will come down, and I will know when that happens because I won't feel tense like I need to have it.
That being said, is not a bad thing because now me, on the other hand, I tend to be a very, very trusting person. I believe the best in everybody, and I think that everyone has good, and blah, 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 blah. Hence why I end up getting fucking bulldozed on so many occasions because, I mean, we would bring that over here. I end up trusting too much and giving somebody too much credit and too much faith, and then I go, well, that was stupid. After the fact, why'd I do that? That was dumb.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think everybody does that, and they have their times where they've done that or have tried it a different way or whatever. I think it all depends on the person and the vibe and everything else or whatever. It's just, everything is going to be different depending on the vibe and the connection that you and that person have.
Right.
Everybody's chemistry is different.
Agreed. Like my love language, I'm a very affectionate person. I like to show my affection, and but at the same, I mean, I don't need to be like hanging on you at every moment, or you know what I mean. I'm my own person, but at the same time, like I have no problem showing affection. I have no problem with PDA. I have no problem. I'm not gonna like sit there and make out with you in the middle of a freaking store, but at the same
all
time,
over yourself and
no,
stuff is totally not
no, that's
okay.
not cute. It's not a cute look.
Not at all.
We talked about that, I think, last
We
week
did.
too.
We
It's
did.
just there's limits to this
There's
shit.
total limits to this.
Total limits. To it.
Absolutely. But back to the original question. Can lack of attention make you fall out of love? I think it can.
I think it can. I think if it's gone, I don't think it's like instant. I think it's like if it goes
it
on
can
long enough.
gradually happen.
I think it gradually can eat away at
Yes.
like your intimacy and your relationship, and like you said, like somebody said, like you start looking elsewhere because you're missing that emotional connection.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yep.
I agree. All right, what are you guys saying? Devin says she does the same thing, Shannon. Chris says you got to be vulnerable, especially when it's with someone you've known for a while.
You know what, Christopher? Keep your comments.
Sometimes that can be worse than what you think it is.
Okay, so let's do this. This isn't a topic that we have written down, but this is one I'm curious about. Is it better to start a relationship with somebody that you know and have been friends with, or is it better to start a relationship with somebody that you don't know and kind of just build it fresh?
So here's my issue with that.
Go ahead. I want to hear it.
I truly value my friendships.
Agreed.
Wholeheartedly grip onto them with Gorilla Glue tight. Like, that's my circle, that's my people.
Mm-hmm.
If we date and shit goes south, especially if I'm pissed off at you on why we didn't work, now
That
not
friendship's
only
destroyed.
did I lose my partner, but I lost my good friend as well.
Right.
So that's a double hit.
Yeah.
And I'm not willing to risk that with any of my guy friends that I have, because all of my guy friends I've had since fucking middle school and elementary
Right.
school.
See, I learned that the hard way. I did. Because I was, I had somebody who I absolutely adored as my friend, was like, we'd been friends forever, and, I was like, oh yeah, let's see where this goes, and I pushed the issue, and I look back now and I go, wow, that was such a mistake, but, and it sucks because now the friendship's not the same.
And that's the fine line you roll, because
It is.
then, you're rolling that dice, and you knew from the beginning that that's a possibility,
Mhm.
and, you went with it, and that's fine. And you know what? Your best friend could be your soulmate.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't ever do something like that, but for me,
Mm,
I value that friendship too much
right.
to risk losing that.
Right. But sometimes it's hard when you, like, you know what I mean? Like, when you kind of get in your head about shit, it's hard to kind of separate that at times.
And it's hard when you first start talking to somebody and you end up being better friends.
Yes, then you
and
are.
then you're no longer in that whole focused dating mode. You're like best friends chatting it up like, hey bestie, what's going on? What's up for the weekend? Oh, you taking your boo out to this and such restaurant? Oh,
Yeah.
you should take her over here. And then, that there's no coming back from that.
Right.
Once you've crossed over
Crossed over.
And once you've crossed
Once
over,
you've gone to the dark side.
once you've gone over to the dark side,
Mhm.
there is no coming back from the dark side. I don't think
Yeah.
so. Not for me anyway. Maybe
No.
it is for other people, but for me, that's a solid no.
So Davina says it's risky. You don't want to risk losing your friendship.
Facts.
Absolutely. Then it makes the friendship circles awkward, which is true.
Absolutely.
Chris says,
What's Chris say?
if he's mature enough, if things don't work out, then you can always remain friends. Plus, you might be able to go back for at least the sex.
No, see, I don't do that either. I'm not your typical female. Listen, people, when I tell you that I am a one-of-a-kind, like,
Well, you
real
are one of a
custom-made, like, unique brand, that is me. I'm not saying that shit to try to be cute. I'm not trying to say that shit to fucking stand out and draw attention to myself. You are not going to meet another broad like me. Because when I am in a relationship, I will stand behind that person 100%, promote, help, whatever, do whatever they need to do, even if I think that it's not right. Because that's you. When you're with somebody, you become a unit. So when people say, like, oh, when you see so-and-so, no, that's me. Or when you say that about your child,
Mm-hmm.
that's a reflection of you.
Yeah.
You're a unit. That's
Mhm.
what it is. So either I'm riding or dying or I'm not.
Okay. You're all or nothing.
It's all or nothing. You're not going to
Okay.
get anybody else stronger in your corner than me. But I am difficult at the same time.
There, Steph goes with her guard up again.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, next topic.
Next, we're switching topics.
All right, here's a fun one. Stephanie,
Yes.
if you were a candy,
Yes.
what candy would you be, and why?
A lollipop.
A lollipop. Why a lollipop?
So you could lick me in your mouth. And I'll have a fun little surprise in the center.
So like a Tootsie Pop or like a Blow Pop?
Maybe like a gushy center.
A gushy center.
Maybe like a gusher, but a hard candy on a stick.
Okay.
How about that? I'm gonna make my own type of
I'm gonna
fucking
make
candy.
my own. She's like,
Okay,
I'm
I'ma
gonna
make
create
my own shit,
type shit.
Because I'm fucking unique and I'm one of a kind.
I'm gonna say, I'm like kind of like a Sour Patch Kid.
A Sour Patch Kid.
Yes, because
Which color?
I don't think it matters.
A whole bag or just the color?
Yeah, like I'm raw on the tongue after a while. No, I mean like, because I can be like, I have that sour exterior where I can just be a bitch, and you know, but when you get past that, I'm like very sweet on the inside,
You are.
and I'm very soft. Very soft and sweet on the inside. What is it, like the logo for like the Sour Patch Candies? First sour, then sweet, right?
I think they like come and punch you in the face or something like that.
And then you're like, just kidding,
Yeah.
we're friends.
It was some kind of type of crazy ass commercial. I remember it though.
Yes. All right.
Whoop. Next.
Next. Oh, okay. Here's a good one. Do you acknowledge when someone sends you a picture of themselves with an obvious attention-getting item? Now, what I mean by this is, so for instance, a guy sends you a selfie and clearly is wearing like, you know, the gray sweatpants or the basketball shorts or whatever, and like
The penis
the,
is
it's like prominent, and it's like, you know damn well they looked at that picture and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna send this one.
Men, can we talk real quick? Shh, nobody's listening, okay? When you wear sweatpants and basketball shorts, they
Without
tend,
drawers?
especially without underwear, they tend to cling to your body.
They know this.
In case they don't, I'm telling you, we can see it all.
But that's what I'm saying, though. I'm talking about somebody sending it to you
We don't wanna
knowingly.
see it all.
No, but like knowingly sending that to you, do you even acknowledge it, or you just kind of go, yeah, okay, whatever, and you just ignore it? Or do you like point out the elephant in the room? Like, no pun intended.
I think at first you might want to try to pretend you didn't see it and then just see what their reaction is. Because this has happened to me many times. I don't understand it. Wait,
Ooh,
wait. my god, I never thought of it before.
It just dawned
He
on you.
figured out a way around the
To be like,
unsolicited dick
I'm not
pic.
going to be the creep that sends you the dick pic, but I'm going to show you what I'm working with.
I'm
in
gonna
a
hold
roundabout way.
I'm gonna hold my animal and make you think that the pitch is about me and my best friend.
When in reality,
When
there's
in
a
all
whole
reality, there's a
anaconda
whole
going
other
on
party
down here.
going on down here, and you're trying to be casual with that shit. No,
No.
that's gonna make me go delete. I'm not interested.
But, like, I feel like it's the same thing. Like, females do it, too. Like, they send a picture that's,
disgusting.
like, they're just like, oh, here's my selfie. But it's like, oh, my tits popping out. Like, oh, my God. Ha, ha, ha. Like, I didn't know. Like, all right, no, you know.
you know.
Because I'm sorry. I don't take a picture and send it without looking at it and going, okay.
Although, to defend, women have some skin that show. There should be no part of your penis that shows in a picture. Let's clarify that.
Agreed.
No way is it.
It's not a cute.
It's not. No. It just makes me. Not. I don't care how big or small it is. I don't care what it looks
Well,
like.
we've already discussed the fact that size isn't always freaking.
We'd have discussed that. And next.
Next. How comfortable do you have to be to sleep in someone else's bed?
Ooh.
Because, like, I mean, and this doesn't even have to be necessarily a sexual situation. Like, even, like, just sleeping in someone else's home or whatever. Like, I know.
I'd have to be pretty damn comfortable.
Like, obviously, you and I have been friends for a long time. But, like, the first few times that I've spent the night here, I didn't sleep great. Could be part of the fact that your fucking dog was humping me. But that could have been it.
That could have been it.
But no, and I mean, obviously now I'm like, okay, it is what it is. Like, it's like a second home. But I feel like there are times where it's like, I don't know, I have to have a certain level of like, just like, okay, full comfort to be like, this is my space.
Right. Yeah. Listen. I have to be real comfortable to be able to sleep comfortably and soundly.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, because everybody's house got creaks and noises, and if
Well-
I don't know those creaks and noises, I'm gonna be up like this, like,
Who the fuck's coming in?
oh no, something's,
Oh no!
somebody's,
Oh no!
oh no, somebody's in the house. Help me.
No, listen, have you ever had those nights though, like spending the night at somebody's house, especially like a guy spending the night at the house?
And you're scared.
And and you're laying there and like they're sleeping and you're like, okay, how fucked up would it be if I just left right now? Like, would I completely fuck up this situation if I just left and said I really want to sleep in my own bed? Because I'm not gonna say that hasn't gone through my mind.
Honestly, I don't let myself do situations like that because I know that I'm not sleeping in your bed. So I'm going home, and it is clearly stated that I am going home.
I'm going home
I'm
to
going
my
home
bed.
To my bed.
Yeah.
Not sleeping here. This is not happening. No.
Okay. Fair enough.
No.
Let's hear from the masses. We want to hear.
Next.
Okay. Have you ever been
Been
creeping on somebody's page, whether it be an ex, just a guy or a friend, or like maybe like a new girlfriend of the ex or whatever, just creeping on somebody's page, and you've accidentally either A, liked a picture by mistake, or friend requested them by mistake and went, oh fuck, what do I do? Like, has this happened?
I haven't necessarily friend requested somebody by accident. I have liked a picture by accident, like years down the line.
Well, oh my god, that's the worst. When you're scrolling through,
worst.
and you're like, now you're back in like, 2018, and you're looking at their pictures, and all of a sudden it goes like, and you're like, fuck! Now they really know that I was digging, because it wasn't just like something that came up on your freaking like your feed, because
right, you was looking
for that shit.
Ooh, you was being
You was-
nosy. Ooh.
But I do laugh because like I've had people like pictures, and I go, that's an old picture.
Yep.
So clearly,
Wait,
they
and what
were
about
looking.
the ones where somebody that like either just comes across your page that they haven't seen you in a long time, or you just friend request them, and then it's like,
Like, yeah, and you're like, okay,
for like
bro,
40
chill.
pictures, and it's like, really? I get it.
Are you trying to get my attention?
I see you.
Like, you know what? A simple hi would get my
No
attention.
kidding.
Liking 50 million pictures.
It's
isn't
a
necessary.
little creepy.
It's like stalker status. Yep,
Anyway.
usually after one too many. Amen.
Yep.
Or those late night just kind of like creeping on somebody's page. Oh, I haven't seen them in a while. What are they up to?
You're all trashed and shit, and you're like hard pressed
Yeah.
on the phone. Oh shit!
Fuck! Yes.
Oops.
Whoops. Whoop. Whoops.
Next.
Next.
Okay. Especially women, I want to hear you on this one.
Yes.
Does hair from your head ever get stuck in the crack of your ass after taking a shower?
Yes.
Yes.
Every time. Like, I feel
Almost
like it's
every
like,
time.
you know, everybody has their, like, process when they're in the shower of, like, you know, like, do your hair first, whether you wash first, whatever. And I feel like my thing is at the very end of the shower, after I've rinsed my hair and I'm fully rinsed, I kind of do a quick, like, whoop, and just forget.
Sometimes I still don't matter. Sometimes I'm still drying off and I find a straggler.
That one hair.
That one that
brings
tickles all
a
the
new
way down
meaning to,
inside
like,
your
hair
ass.
across your ass.
It sure does.
Who's got a hair across their
Who's got
ass?
hair across their ass?
Apparently we do.
Apparently.
I guess so. Yeah, because I feel like it's inevitable. But you know what's funny is I've asked that question before, and people are like, what are you talking about? Like females. And I'm like, really? That doesn't happen to you?
I find it happens more to the people that wash their hair with the water hitting them from behind.
Right.
With the water going down behind you. People that do that face forward and like do the whole lean back, breaking your back type of shit, like they just don't understand it. And some people don't realize getting backwards in the shower is like a thing. And
Well, we talked about that before too, though. It's like, as far as which way do you face in the shower? Like, I'm constantly, like, when I get in, I'm face forward, but then when I'm washing my hair, I turn around so that it's like...
Well, when I was trying to explain to a patient after having surgery, don't face forward in front of the shower to avoid splashing to get in your eye and cause an infection. You have the water hitting you from behind. And they were like, how?
I don't understand.
I don't understand. And I'm like, what don't you understand? Make sure the water's hitting you from behind and not in the face. Have your back facing the water. Turn around in the shower.
So apparently, like, this is a whole thing.
Girl, it was like a 20-minute explanation of how to take a shower, which I was not prepared for that day.
Which I was not. They don't pay me enough for this shit.
Oh, God. But, you know, all in a day in the life.
All a day in the life, yes. Would you date a man that wears a fanny pack?
Absolutely not. What kind of bullshit question is that?
And I'm only asking, but what about, like, this whole new fashion with the guys wearing them, like, this way? Like, almost as, like, a fucking
I don't
chest
care if that's
pack.
Gucci or Prada. Why are you wearing a fanny pack? I will
Like,
hold.
listen, folks, we grown.
I will hold whatever you have extra necessary to go to wherever it is that we are going, but you are not wearing a motherfucking fanny
Is there
pack.
ever a time where it's okay?
No. Why would it be okay?
I'm just asking.
I
agree with you.
It's not acceptable for any reason.
I agree with
At
you. I'm
all.
just asking if there's ever a time.
I don't care if you're on the beach. Your fucking shorts should have a pocket with a zipper. And they sell those little plastic tubies to put your fucking money and your shit in here so it don't get wet. There is no reason why you should have a fucking fanny pack on.
Never.
Ever.
It's unacceptable. For
Absolutely
Listen,
not.
guys,
No.
I don't give a shit if it's fashion. Like she said,
That-
it
no.
don't matter if it's Gucci, Prada,
I don't
fucking
care what
whatever.
it is.
Leave that shit at home.
Leave that shit at, you're not getting out
Leave
of
that shit
the
at home.
house
Leave that shit at
with
the
me.
store. Don't even buy
Don't
it.
buy that
It's
shit.
not okay.
You're not
Like,
wearing
ever.
it out with me. Not happening.
Mm-mm.
A fucking
No.
fanny pack.
Listen, I realize there's a lot of
Listen.
fashion trends that are coming back. That is not
That is not
one
one
of
of them. Absolutely not. Please don't.
them.
Please don't do it.
No. Nope.
Absolutely not. Next. No.
Okay. When in a new relationship do you start talking about exclusivity? How soon after you start talking to somebody do you talk about exclusivity?
Oh,
So I feel like
I don't know.
it's kind of a case-by-case basis, right? But at the
Yeah.
same time, I'm not going to freaking be talking to you and going on dates with you for 3 months and we haven't discussed it. It's going to
True.
happen within that first month.
Absolutely.
Preferably within the first few weeks. And it doesn't have to be like, let's put a title on it. It's just like, hey, let's have a conversation so I know where your head's at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is this just kind of like fun and you're talking to like a bunch of other girls? If that's the case, so be it, but let me know.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the same
Yes.
time, like, I want to know, like, am I wasting my fucking time here? Like, is this just fun for you, or is this like actually going to be something? Because let's face it, we're not getting any younger.
We're not getting any younger.
And freaking, not that I want to go like walk down the aisle with anybody, but I'm just saying, like, you gotta fucking let me know where I'm at here, because I'm not trying to play fucking games anymore.
Right.
I'm over it.
We're getting old, motherfuckers.
Listen, keep that old word.
We all trying to fucking.
We're getting further along in our years.
We're getting old, bitch.
Bitch, listen.
Bitch.
I am not old.
We are getting old.
I refuse to accept the word old.
Old.
No, I refuse to accept it. You're just like cruising for a freaking snack right now. I do not accept the word old.
Well, we could be like, what is it, like aged like fine wine?
Bitch, I'm aging like milk. Okay, like.
No, you are not.
I'm getting chunky and fucking sour in my old age, okay?
You are not. Stop it.
Fuck aging like wine.
She said chunky and sour. Fucking stop it right now. You are like a Sour Patch Kid. You're sweet and you're sour. You have your fucking days. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yep.
We all have our days.
You know what, Chris? Fuck you. I ain't getting old, okay? No.
We're all getting old.
I refuse to accept it.
We're all pretty much the same age bracket there, buddy. All the same
age
bracket.
But here's the thing. What defines old, though? Because, like, I mean, old is like, yeah, 80s old, 70s old, 60s are getting old, 50s are, like, really getting old, too. But, like, I feel like, I think, like, 30s and 40s, we're still fairly young.
We are.
All right, so we're not old. You're missing, like, you just proved my point.
We're young at heart.
Oh, I hate that expression.
Oh,
I'm young at heart. Bitch, I'm young everywhere.
Okay. I'm not. I will be the first to fucking tell you I am not young everywhere. My bones
Only
hurt.
where it counts.
My body hurts. My knees hurt. It happens.
I'm still 28. Okay. My body feels like an 80-year-old Devin.
Right, exactly, Devin.
Listen, is Devin still in her, what, 20s?
Listen.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
We're hardworking women, okay?
I know.
We are hardworking women. We fucking are tired.
Oh, listen, I didn't say I wasn't tired.
Fucking body hurts. Our body aches and cracks in places that it fucking shouldn't and pops out. No.
Okay.
Old.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Would you rather have the best sex of your life one time or mediocre sex every day?
What?
Yes. Like, I'm talking like earth-shattering, fucking can't get no better sex one time.
Can't get no better.
Can't get no better. Or just meh sex every day.
Meh?
Like me.
Meh?
Not meh, meh.
Meh? How meh is meh?
I mean, like,
meh.
maybe you'll get there, maybe you won't.
What? So what the fuck's the difference?
It's just kind of like
going
going through the motions.
Oh, man.
I mean, you're not celibate, but you're kind of just like, meh. Like, okay, roll over, we need to hurry up, because, like, Law and Order's on soon. So, like, or bomb-ass sex, like, best sex ever, one time.
Oh.
The conundrum.
I don't know. I think I'd have to flip a coin if I really had to choose.
See,
because if you're not having, if it's meh, you might as well not have it at all. It might as well be meh.
I'm going to tell you what my answer is.
Every day.
I'd rather have meh sex every day. You know why?
What?
Because I'm the official being. Like, I can take care of me. I don't need you to take care of me.
Well,
So I would rather be getting it on the reg and take care of what they can't versus having it one time and then it's taken away from me, because then I know what I'm missing.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
that one time, and like, so the rest of your life, you're like, do you remember that one time? When it was just so good.
When it was fantastic.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Oh, how I miss them. Instead, I'm like, yeah, I get it regularly. I get it every day. I mean, it's not always great, but you know, it gets the job done.
I guess when you put it that way.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck. Yeah, I guess.
Because, I mean, listen.
Man, that's an awful one. That's bad.
listen,
That's a bad would you rather.
would you rathers are generally not like optimal decisions because that's how you get the would you rather. It's a tough decision to make.
Every day from there.
That would be your
Yeah.
Because the reality is one time is just not gonna do it for me. That's not gonna sustain me forever.
Well, after hearing you explain it,
I mean, I'm just looking at it from my perspective.
Meh.
So we'll take the
Meh.
sex every day.
Set it on fire.
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
Oh, I was 16.
What? That seemed like a very calculated answer.
I had to think about it. 16, final answer.
I was 15. I was a freshman in high school.
But we were together.
Yeah, we were not.
We had been together for a very... We were together for a while. We lost our virginity to each other.
Oh, see, no.
It was lovely.
Oh.
It was magical and beautiful.
Excuse me for a moment.
No, but really, when I was together, we were together. We loved each other at the time, and
Okay, fair enough.
that's what it was.
And I was antsy and going, what the fuck, just get this over already. Like, all my friends had done it. I was like, let's just do it.
Oh,
be done.
man, Shannon.
I didn't give a fuck about special moment. I didn't give a fuck about that.
Well, listen, that's just how
No,
it
I
played
know, it's
out,
just how it happened for you.
That's
I
just
get
how
it.
it happened
I
for me.
get it.
That's just how my life played
It was
out
just
for
the
me,
whole
okay?
fairy tale.
Don't be salty on my fairy tale.
I will be salty as I want, and I'll bring the Patron, too.
No, don't bring the Patron. I will throw up.
All right, let's discuss
What?
dating exhaustion.
Dating exhaustion. Fuck, man. I'm tired.
Listen, so for those, and I feel like everybody has experienced dating
I'm
exhaustion.
done.
Dating exhaustion in the way we look at it is like we're at a point, and like you almost just want to like get over the whole fucking dating thing.
Yes.
The getting to know somebody. What do you do? Where are you from? Do you have siblings?
Wait.
Like the 20 question game that you play with everybody trying to get to know people.
I saw the perfect meme that summed that whole entire
What?
scenario up the other day. It was perfect, and it said something about like when you get out of a 5-year relationship and then have the conversation of what's your favorite color.
Oh my god. Like, I want a guy to come to me and just be like, listen, like, put on your sweatpants, let's watch a movie, I'm making tacos. Like, let's just skip the bullshit. Let's just go right to fucking, like, okay,
Yes.
we're now just like, this is it. We're in a relationship, and this is how it's gonna go.
I
IW mine. What do you want to watch on Netflix?
Yeah. I'm ordering tacos.
Can
What
we
do you
just
want?
skip over the fucking bullshit of
Right.
like, what do you want to do with your life? Do you have kids? Do you want more kids?
Yeah, but you have to know that.
No, I know that it's important to know all these things.
Stuff,
It's
but
just-
I get what you're
Do
saying.
you realize how many times, like, okay, here's the sad part, right? How many times I've had the same fucking conversation because you try to get to know somebody, and then you get to know them, and you're like, okay, and then things just for whatever reason don't pan out because it's just not a match, and then you're like, okay, rewind, let's start
Let's
again.
Start all over again. Hi,
And
my
it's
name is
fucking
so-and-so.
exhausting.
I'm a single mom.
But thank you. But that's the thing, though, is like I feel like there's times where it's like, shit, did I ask him that question already?
I know.
Because I'm like, oh no, I asked that dude that question. Shit, I didn't. I gotta start.
Oh
all
wait,
over
when
again.
it happens to you, and they're like, "I already told you that," and you're like, "No, you didn't."
No.
You clearly, I would have remembered that.
Yeah.
Clearly, you.
Or
didn't.
when someone asks you the same fucking question, and you're like, nope, I already told you what I do for a living, and you're like, okay. So how many other chicks are you freaking asking these questions? But I mean, it is all kind of a game of numbers.
It
so
is.
to be fair, I'm not upset about it.
I'm not either.
Because it's a game of numbers. Like, the reality is they're not going to go on a dating site. Okay,
It's
that's
all
the
about-
person I'm going to talk to. I'm not going to talk to
But
anybody
it's
else.
all
Like,
about timing too, because I can't tell you how many times, you know, I had been on a dating site or whatever and had a bunch of matches, and then just for whatever reason ended up talking to one specific person just because of timing.
right.
Because the conversation started at a perfect time. I wasn't falling asleep. it just
Oh, no,
all has
timing-
to all
listen,
fucking
it
fall
all-
in place too. It doesn't even have to do with a lot of that other shit either to initially kickstart that whole initiative
I feel you.
thing.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
It's just, yeah.
It's just exhausting.
It's exhausting.
Next.
Yeah.
Next.
You
Oh.
go. Pick.
All right. Do you prefer dating someone with kids or without?
So I think I don't know that I necessarily have a preference either way. But here's my only problem, is that being the fact of like being a single mom is dating somebody without kids. Do they understand that you are not going to be my first priority?
Right. That's very
If they
difficult.
can understand that, great. I have no
Right.
problem with that. Then there's the double-edged sword. It's like dating somebody with kids. That's great.
Right.
I ain't trying to deal with no baby mama drama either.
Baby mama drama can be an issue.
No,
but
listen,
also
I've had
that
it
can be
be-
the other way around too with baby daddy drama too.
Oh, it
Like,
can.
Dudes don't want to deal with baby daddy drama.
100%.
Girls don't want to deal with baby mama drama. Same deal.
I had like a horror situation where I dated somebody like a long time ago. I dated somebody who had 2 kids and it was fine, and the kids were awesome, and the freaking baby's mother like literally
Was a
went
horror show.
went out of her way to make my life like absolutely miserable. And I've been on the other side where I've dated somebody with kids where like the child's mother and I get along fine, and like and that's the way it should be, obviously, but like that's not always the case.
The case, right. So okay, so let's make this simpler. There is no mommy, daddy, baby mama drama bullshit because they're not around.
Then I don't really have a preference.
Straight, just
I don't have a preference.
they don't
Like-
exist or they have a great relationship. So we're just gonna cut that
Yeah.
whole scenario out.
I really don't have a preference one way or the other. Like I said, as long as this person understands, if they don't have kids, if they understand that, like, I'm a mom first, and, like, you're not going to be first on my list. But I don't have a preference. I'm fine dating you whether you have kids or not.
But what if you didn't have a child? Would your answer still be the same?
I think so. I don't think I would have a preference. I don't think if me not having a kid, I don't think I would have a preference either way. It's like, again, as long as it's one of those things where it's, like, mutually understood that, like, okay, there's a time and a place for
Right.
us going out or whatever. What about you?
Right. I don't necessarily have a preference. It doesn't bother me. I have a child, and I don't think that if I didn't have a child, it would even matter. It doesn't bother me at all.
And I feel like most of the time, I guess my only concern when
If it was a newborn, that might be a different story.
that would
If it
definitely
was a
change
newborn
things.
for whatever
If I start
scenario
seeing you
reason,
and you
that
go,
might
my
be a
kid is
different
3
story.
months old, I'm gonna go, we're not too far removed yet. Like, we're a little too close.
That child's
for
still
comfort.
on breast milk.
Yeah, like, bro, like, you created him less than like a year ago. Like,
Right.
we're not there yet.
Other than that, it doesn't bother me.
yeah, no. Other than that,
Freshly,
it doesn't really bother me.
newly, youngin' children
youngin
bother
children.
me only because of the fact to where obviously there was.
Well, and not even just that, is the fact that I know, like, as a mom, especially when you first have your kid, even if you're not with that person, and I can't speak for everybody, but I think this is a majority, is that when you first have your kid, there is this emotional connection and attachment to that person who you created a child with. And it's very few people that are like, nope, we're friends, we're on good terms, like, but what? That's, like, few and far between. Not that it doesn't happen, because it does,
Right.
but it's few and far between. And so I feel like that's a whole lot of emotional baggage going on.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like when there's like still a baby. But that's okay. That leads me.
Unless for whatever reason
Mhm.
they were broken up, both got into new relationships, found out there was a child in play. Now, you're not together,
Mhm.
but you know that this is a thing. You decide to have the child.
Yeah.
You're going to raise it separately.
Right.
That could happen.
Absolutely could happen.
Then they're not so much newly removed.
Right. So it's one of those things. I think there's certain cases where
Certain
you're kind of like,
scenarios.
okay. So let's roll into. If you're, you meet somebody and they, they're interested or whatever, you start talking, and the question kind of comes up like, oh, when was your last relationship? And they're like, oh,
3 weeks
three
ago.
months ago, yeah, like 2 months ago. Like,
That's
is there
still
a
too fresh.
time limit? Like, is there a time limit where you're like, ooh, even if they're like, yeah, I'm over it, it's like, No.
You're really not.
You're not.
Because then you become the rebound, and then
Yes.
you become the person that they're using to get over that person that they're starting
Absolutely.
to like have salty feelings for. Can it probably revolve into a relationship? Yes. Do I see that relationship being very stable and lasting? Not really.
No. I think, well, that's just it. I feel like because that's somebody that's literally jumping from like one thing to the next, which means they're not really giving time to kind of like heal and, you know, process and do all this. Even if it's not like, you know, we've all been in those relationships where it's like, yeah, technically we broke up 2 months ago, but we really weren't together for like a few months. Like, we weren't really like in it. It was just kind of like more technicality.
Right. Yeah.
And I get that, but like, I just feel like there's a lot
But
of...
even still, you're still there together, especially if you're
Yeah.
living together. Even if you were emotionally detached from each other, that's still you still being there around them. It's different
Right.
like that. I guess every scenario, every circumstance has its different,
Right.
unique scenario.
Agreed. Okay, so we did that one. Boop. Next, let's find something fun.
Something fun.
Something fun.
Something fun.
Okay. Stephanie,
Yes.
scenario.
Scenario.
You are at a new guy's house. Somebody you're dating, you've only maybe gone on a couple dates with, whatever. You're hanging out at their house.
Yep.
You get the Bee Gees.
Bubble guts.
The bubble guts.
You
You get the bubble guts, girl. What the fuck do you do? What is your play?
Gotta poop?
You gotta poop.
Oh,
Like,
no.
you're going, I can't ignore this.
I gotta go. I'm
You
leaving.
just ate like Taco Bell for dinner. Like, you need to do
leaving
something.
on a jet plane. I am fucking out that door. Listen.
But okay, what happens though if the plan was that you were supposed to stay the night?
Oh!
And there's the twist.
There's been a family emergency. I need to leave.
My son just called. I gotta go.
Facts, especially if it's the first time. No, you cannot do
You
that.
cannot blow up the
cannot
bathroom.
blow up the bathroom. Absolutely.
Davina,
not.
get out fast.
Yes, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cannot do that because if it is awful and like rancid for whatever
Listen,
reason, that's
that's
not okay.
That is the worst feeling in the world. You're like, or even like, honestly, even being out on a date.
I
right?
was just gonna say, what about being in
Yeah,
public?
Being in public, being out on a date, and you're like, oh, excuse me, I need to go to the restroom, and you're like, oh my god, my stomach, and you're like,
You better be a speed shitter.
Yeah.
My friend. You better be fucking quick and fast, and you better pray to the
you better sit down and just push, like you're
better
giving
just
birth, like
fucking let
get it
that
out.
shit go. And
Fuck.
you better just be quick about it.
Quick.
and fast.
yes, quick, fast, and in a fucking hurry.
That's right.
Amen.
You can still be efficient and quick and fast.
She said you could still be efficient.
Yo, I'm saying.
Get that shit done. No, and I feel like this has happened to everybody at one point or another.
It hasn't actually happened to me,
Oh, it's happened to me where it's like,
but
it was like, I think it was maybe the second time I was at this person's house.
what did
and
you do?
so the thing is like, I did not have my son that night, so the intention was like, I was gonna stay, although we never like solidified it, it was just kind of like understood, and then I was like, oh, you know what, oh shit, I gotta go, and they're like, oh, really, and I'm like, yeah, I'm so sorry, I have to go, and and it was like a 45-minute ride home, which was horrendous.
No, see, I would have pulled over.
And I was
at
like,
somewhere.
oh my god, no, it's COVID, nothing's open.
Oh, COVID.
So I got home and I was like, oh my god. And the funny thing, the greatest thing is he messaged me, like he said text me when you get home, and I texted him when I got home, and I said I'm home, and then and he said, okay, great, have a great night, blah blah blah. The next morning, he messaged me and he was like, not for nothing, it's kind of good you left when you did, because I like blew up the bathroom, and I was like, oh my god. But I feel like as a guy, you can say shit like
guy
that.
can't get away with that. And
Girls
not
can't be like, oh my god, I fucking blew that shit up.
It's not appropriate.
No, it's not cute.
No, never ever is it
Not
appropriate
fucking
to
cute.
boast about that in public.
Mm-mm.
No.
No. It's just not a good look. At all.
At all. Ever. No. It happens. We do it.
Well, yeah, no, we all have
But
to do it.
we don't
It's
need
bodily
to be,
function, but
we
like
don't
we don't
need
need
to
to
be-
advertise it.
We do not need to be letting everybody in the world
No.
know it just happened. Absolutely not.
No, because it's. I just feel like it takes away like
You make plans around it.
you make plans. All right, listen.
If
I
you
got
can.
an hour and a half to get ready. So in that hour and a half, I need to find the time to take care of whatever business I need to take care
Preferably
of
before I take a shower.
preferably before a shower. Prior to having to get all dressed up and go out.
How bad does it piss you off when you're getting ready to go out and you take a shower and you're getting all ready and then right before you're about to walk out the door, you're like, hold on.
God damn it! Now I
God
gotta start
damn
all
it.
up because then you feel like you have to start all over again.
Yes.
And you just
You
don't
have to.
feel as like
Complete and fresh.
fresh. Yeah.
It just totally ruins it.
You're like, fuck.
It's like breaking the seal when you drink and you're
Ugh.
eating. Just, you're not supposed
No.
to do it.
That's a no.
It's a no.
It's a fuck no. Stephanie,
Yes.
do you believe in karma?
Do I believe in karma? Yes, I do, actually. At some point, that bitch is going to get you. Absolutely.
I agree, and that's why I always say, like, you know, I'm not a vindictive person, although there are times. I am not a vindictive person because I always say karma's going to take care of you a lot faster than I can.
Absolutely.
Yep. You will get what the fuck is coming to you.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like good breeds good, hate breeds hate, and frickin'
If it doesn't come back and get you right then and there, that's okay, because you know what?
we're gonna play the long game.
I'm that patient bitch that's gonna wait
I'm gonna play the long
7
game.
years or 8 years for some shit for that to happen and me go, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm so sorry. I heard about that.
Or no, all of a sudden you get the phone call
But
7
do you
years later.
remember the times?
So and so died, and you're like, told you, bitch. Like, I knew it was coming for you eventually.
Yo, that shit is. Listen, that's my sweetest revenge. Is waiting until karma comes back and gets you. I don't.
Because
have
then
to
I
be
just
petty
sit back
do
and I
anything
go,
crazy.
oh, because I can be petty Betty all day.
Well, I can't.
But
I just try.
I
not to be.
I try to rise
I
above.
try to be that better person and not be that petty Betty, but
Try to rise above. It doesn't always work.
it doesn't always work. There are those few and far few between times that it will occasionally happen here or there, but
Yep.
you know, I try to contain myself as best I can.
Contain.
Contain myself. I think we got time for just one
One
more.
more?
One more.
Okay.
Okay. Make it a good one. I don't like that look.
Stephanie,
Yes.
if I interviewed your ex,
Oh,
what would they say about you?
which one? Do
We'll,
I
say-
get
we'll
to
just
pick,
say
or do
most
you?
recent.
Most recent.
Yeah.
And this
tell.
This is coming from his perspective.
His perspective. What would he say about you? Knowing how he feels about you right now, what would he have to say? Oh, let's hear it.
She's a cunt. She's a bitch. She's crazy. She's an asshole. I fucking hate her. She sucks at life. She ruined me. I don't know.
I would say, mine would say that I am a manipulative bitch. Cunt was always a favorite word.
Well, that's a good one.
Um,
I will fuck you up if somebody listen. You can call me any name in the book.
Oh,
The
listen.
minute that C word comes out your mouth, and I can say that all day to you.
yeah,
You say that to me,
we're fighting. That was a fighting words.
I'm lighting you up.
Yeah, no, he would probably say, yeah, that I was, oh god, he'd probably have a million things to say. I was a user, worthless,
User. Oh.
you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm a user. Okay. Yeah, whatever you want to say.
Listen. People can say whatever they want to say.
Oh, listen, I
It doesn't matter.
know
There's
my
always,
truth. I'm
There's
fine.
always 2 to 3 sides to every story, and that's totally fine.
Amen to that.
Let my exes run their mouth about me. I don't care.
Agreed.
I am not hiding, worried, concerned about any stories that anybody has to say
Agreed.
at all.
Because the reality
Whatsoever.
is, the only people I even give a fuck about their opinions know me. And so,
The only opinion that matters to me is my son.
mm-hmm.
That's it.
Amen.
Everybody else can go fuck themselves.
I mean, obviously, I care about my family's opinion, but not nearly as much as my kid.
My kid is number one and
Yeah.
will always be number one.
Because his perception of me is the most important.
Absolutely.
All right, darling.
All right, my friend.
We're gonna wrap it up, folks.
Friends, I hope you had a good time tonight. I think we had
It was a little more laid back.
It was a little more laid back, but I think we had some really good topics
Yeah,
tonight.
and you know, again, like we've told you guys in the past, we want to hear your topics, we want to hear your questions, we want to hear your funny stories.
We want to hear your funny stories.
Let
All
us
things
know.
will be anonymous. We will not let out where or
They came
name
from, unless
names.
you want, but that's
we can
up to you.
change names and stories. Totally fine.
Yeah,
But
no,
we want to hear
it.
your funny stories. Maybe something similar has happened to you. We want to know all the great juicy details. So send them your way. We now have an email address, theshitshow8485@gmail.com. So send your
it
stuff
your
our
way.
way.
Yes. Our way, not your way. Sorry.
Our way.
Our way.
Hello.
To us.
Hello.
Hello.
All right.
All right. Bye, folks.
See you next week. Same time, same place. Love you.
Same shit.
Have a good week.